When people say that Charlie Kirk was a racist, it makes me really think that you haven't watched any one of his videos besides something that was taken out of context that was reposted by someone who had an agenda to discredit this man. Yes, Charlie Kirk wasn't perfect. He didn't say everything amazing, but to say he was a complete racist, he's like a KKK and doesn't want anything to do with anyone who has different nationalities is completely false. And this is the case. He literally slams this guy who actually is a racist and rebukes him for being a racist. That's the difference. So let's get into it, guys, and this is going to blow you away.
I want to ask a question of you. What does it mean to be an American? Is it an idea or a history, a shared history, or is it a skin color?
Well, I mean, you could go back to the original founding fathers, the Immigration Act of, I believe it was,
what does it mean to be an American? Is it a skin color or something else?
So there's the current idea of what it means according to, the Hart-Celler Immigration Act and, all this that you guys spew. But if you go back to the original founding fathers, they intended this to be a European nation for white men of good stock and character. Yeah.
So, can you show me? Let me answer the question. Can you show me where in the United States Constitution it says that?
It wasn't in the Constitution.
It wasn't in the Constitution because they didn't believe it.
The founding...
You, sir, they did not put it in the United States Constitution. Let me answer another question. Let me ask you another question since you support. Allow him to have the mic. Let me ask you another question,
Founding
sir.
Fathers wrote many
what
other
does the
documents
phrase,
other than the United
sir,
States Constitution, and they made it explicitly clear that
what does the phrase "e pluribus unum" mean? What does the phrase "e pluribus unum" mean?
Why is that relevant?
Because it was on every founding document and presidential seal from our founding, which means out of many, one. You, sir, and your ideology is not conservative. It is right-wing, identitarian, and has no place in the conservative movement, my friend. Get out of line! Get out of line!
That's insane. That's how he reacted to someone who's actually racist, who only thinks that white people should be in this country of good stock. What? And that's how he reacted, and you think he is actually being racist. If you actually take time to see and understand what all of these misconceptions, all of these things were taken out of context, guys. He explains the problem. Yeah, when you take things out of context, everything seems bad. But when you try to understand and ask questions, then you'll understand. Actually, no, it's not racist. He's just trying to point out a flaw within our society with the DEI. You'll see here another problem.
June 2021 clip, but it was making the rounds on X, of the CEO of United Airlines, Scott Kirby, talking about their quotas over at United for, diversity in the ranks of pilots, which is extremely controversial for obvious reasons. Here's the clip that you were reacting to in South 13.
Military.
How is diversity and diversity targets working into the Aviation Academy?
We have committed that 50% of the class of the classes will be women or people of color. Today, only 19% of our pilots at United Airlines are women or people of color. And by the way, from all the data I've seen, that's the highest of any airline in the country.
White males don't just dominate in the cockpits, also in the C-suite at United Airlines.
Well, look, at United, I'm proud of the diversity that we actually have in our C-suite. I think if you look around corporate America.
Correct me if I'm saying, though, so this is just based off your website, the people you list as executives, but out of 11 people, 3 are women. I believe 1 is a person of color.
That's correct. But, in corporate America, I think,
That's a low bar. How do you raise your own bar?
Well, a lot of this is, focusing on it. We have programs to, one of the things we do is for every job when we're doing an interview, we require women and people of color to be involved in the interview process.
People freaked out because you said the thing that you're not supposed to say, but that's what you're known for. Here he is in SOT 14 on Charlie's show.
I mean, you want to go thought crime? I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's the you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done that before.
That's not who I am. That's not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has created.
The meltdown after this with people like, oh.
Yes, and I want to just reiterate the essence of that clip that was missed by almost everybody. Jordan Peterson, to his credit, really picked up on it, which is what I was trying to be, very vulnerable with the audience, is that DEI invites unwholesome thinking. And I said, I was saying in the clip, that's not who I am. That's not what I believe. But what it does is it makes us worse versions of ourselves, Megan. That's the whole point of what I was saying, is that I now look at everything through a hyper-racialized diversity quota lens because of their massive insistence to try to hit these ridiculous racial hiring quotas. Of course, I believe anybody of any skin color can become a qualified pilot. That has never been my contention. I mean, it's silly. It's bigoted to think otherwise, right?
Said it's bigoted to think otherwise. Like, for him to re-announce that, you can't just say he's a racist. People who literally are racist do not say those things because they despise other people's ethnicities, ethnic backgrounds, or whatever. It's the same concept. It would be like me. Imagine if the NBA was like, we have too many black people in the NBA because like 80% of the NBA is black. If the NBA was like, we have too many black people, we need to have 50% white people in the NBA. And then because of that, they hire me to play because I'm white. Am I qualified? No. I'm 5'7". I should not be in the league. Do I know how to play? Yeah. But that's what he was trying to point out. He doesn't want people just to get hired based off of their skin color. He wants people to be hired based off of merit, based off of how good they are at their job. I shouldn't be in the NBA. I'm not good enough, tall enough, skilled enough, and so many other things. That's what he's saying. He's just using common sense, and people take that and think that he's trying to be racist. He was pointing out a flaw. He's like, yeah, if they are doing all the necessary steps and they're the best at what they do, of course they should be a pilot. But people don't want to say this.
Pilot. That has never been my contention. I mean, it's silly. It's bigoted to think otherwise, right?
I'm going to be honest with you. I see a revival and awakening happening in all communities, but especially the black community in this country. For far too long, Black America has been used by as tools by the left as trying to say, keep on voting for us, keep on supporting us. I believe that Black America can be revitalized, can be wealthier, can be richer, can have stronger families. And I refuse to live under the bigotry of low expectations that the left constantly uses. I find it repulsive and insulting that Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, Department of Justice, says that Black Americans are too stupid to be able to have voter ID.
Wow.
Do you guys think that Black Americans are too stupid to have voter ID? I think that is repulsive and silly and outrageous.
That's literally insane how he literally rebukes people who are being racist. He rebukes people who are thinking less than them. And that's what he was pointing out, the messed up ideology of certain thought process. He believes that everyone should be hired based off of merit, based off of what they are able to bring to the table. I think it's fine to see race and to identify different cultures and be and to celebrate different cultures, because each culture is special and unique and has amazing things to bring to the table. Like, I understand that. I love the Hispanic community. I am very much a part of it now because I have married a Venezuelan. Like, I love the differences that it brings. It's not always easy adapting, but I understand, like, they're Hispanic and I'm white. I have some German heritage or whatever. Like, I have just from a different culture. Each culture is beautiful of its own, though. You know, you get what I'm saying? Here is an amazing Bible verse. Revelation 7:9 says, "After this I saw a vast crowd, too great to count, from every nation and tribe and people and language, standing in front of the throne and before the Lamb. And they were clothed in white robes and held palm branches in their hands." It says every nation, every tribe, and people in language. When we're in heaven, we're not going to just all be the same color. We're still going to have different ethnic backgrounds from every tribe, every nation. So guys, I hope that we were able to debunk some false claims about Charlie Kirk. And was he perfect? No, neither am I. Neither are you. So I encourage you to go to Jesus. Know that he loves you. He's longing to have a relationship with you. Put him first. It will be the best decision you can ever make. God bless.